Hello,
Hi.
how's everyone?
All good.
Good. Well, I've got loads of stuff to talk about. What a surprise. Um, Thank you, Jane, for that lastminute.com. Um, Poor old suffering Jane has to receive my kind of last minute kind of, oh, this is what I want to talk about in the meeting kind of stuff. So, sh
All right.
shall we wait for some more people to come on before I launch into my
Yep, if you like.
kind of
It's
thing?
only just 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the weather. How's the weather in England?
Wet.
It's wet here too.
It's been sunny where I am, but interspersed with showers.
Yeah.
Been good
Yeah.
sunsets. I've had like pink and orange sunsets. That's really where it
Okay.
changes the light.
Ha- um, Magic hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's get and really nice sort of gradients. So like kind of creme anglaise custard yellow to a kind of azure blue. Very very kind of and then there was yesterday it was a kind of light blue to a kind of very faint burgundy on the clouds. So that was very nice as well.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Yeah. I'm a member of the Cloud Appreciation Society
Uh-huh.
as well.
As am
So
I. Yep. Clouds and stone walls. Those are my favorite thing to comment
so
on.
cool.
What about the temperature?
Bit chilly. Hence the fact I'm in my dressing gown today
Yeah. It's
in
gone
the
chilly
cold
this
studio.
evening. It's gone chilly this evening. It's been quite mild, but yeah, definitely chillier. We've got two additional. Justina is there and Andrew Clifford.
Fantastic. Well, you don't have to put your cameras on if you're scuba diving in the bath or crocheting from the ceiling. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. It's fine. We usually kind of go around to people, and if they want to chat, then that's fine. But also, if you don't want to chat and you just want to observe and sort of gawk at us in our little bubble, then that's fine too. Um, I kind of there's some kind of things. So, hi there,
Hi, Andrew.
hi Andrew.
Hi guys, you okay?
Yeah, nice to see you.
You
Thanks for
too.
coming.
Thank you.
How did you hear of us?
I actually watched him Matt a long time ago. You know Kales from the Free Energy.
Oh yeah.
Well, you was a guest,
Oh right, yeah.
and then I learned about yourself. Then from that, I joined your group, and then I've been meaning to come on one of yours for such a long time. So I'm
Oh,
finally here.
fantastic. I'm glad you made it. That's
Me
good.
too.
Thank you. Hi, Justina. How you doing? You all right?
Yes, yes, very good. Thank you. Also in Dressingham. Autumn in England, reading.
Yeah, not very nice weather at the moment. It's a bit chilly. Got the logs
But
in.
it's nice sky, no
Yes.
clouds, so happy days.
Really kind of what I usually do for people who start who haven't been here before is kind of show a slideshow. Just a few slides showing what we do. But we've kind of got them on like a PDF. Is that right, Jane? We've got them as separate
It's a PowerPoint, but I can turn it
PowerPoint.
into a PDF. But it's on the website as a
Yeah.
slider, as a video. So,
Oh, okay.
have you been on the website, Andrew, and had a look at the intro video?
I haven't actually, no.
Okay. Well, generally,
Okay.
basically, we've got like an intro video saying what we do, and then we usually put that on the open calls. But briefly, just to kind of illustrate what we do. If you've kind of seen what I've spoken before, what I've said before, we're kind of running these community hubs and help people set them up around the world, sort of finding local people really, and then kind of getting a group together, and then in that kind of group, kind of sort of sussing out what you want to see in your community, and really kind of just encouraging people to kind of get together and start sort of well, I guess be creative about, you know, their sort of situations, because I don't know about you, but there's, you know, it's just absolutely crazy out there in, you know, the world of politics, in the world of media and all that. And kind of we set PLC up, you know, about 2 years ago. And with this kind of knowledge in mind that the rest of the world's going to go pretty crazy because they're trying to sort of downgrade systems and then put everyone into sort of confusion and shock. And then from that, they can kind of divide and conquer kind of thing. But I kind of tend not to dwell in the doom and gloom area, because there are far too many people already doing that, kind of ranting about stuff. And I'm more of a mindset to kind of be a bit progressive. Like, I know that, you know, there's a bunch of rubbish out there and there's corruption and people who are kind of manipulating the situation. So that's a kind of given for me. But obviously for new people, everyone's at kind of different levels of understanding and stuff like that. And it's not really for me to persuade anyone to do anything. You know, it's only if you see it and it resonates with you that, you know, there are other ways of doing things. They're a lot more kind of loving and a lot more connected to the earth, to other people, a lot more sort of conscious ways of doing stuff. So yeah, so I'm kind of just bringing all those kind of different ways in with all the rest of the group, because each person here has got their own kind of flavor of what they, you know, what holistic kind of lifestyle is like. And it's kind of not like a fanfare kind of big movement. It's very organic, very sort of under the radar, sort of, you know. And this way as well, it can't really kind of be got to, because there's no one person really that's sort of running the group. We're all equals here, and so, you know, I'm just putting these ideas out and really hoping that people kind of adopt them if they feel that, you know, they're kind of they work for them, and that's kind of things like how you can, you know, just, cut your dependency on things like the state, how you can kind of start becoming a creator rather than a consumer, you know, and so you can have some resources for yourself. And also we kind of help people with enterprise as well, and earn money for themselves, rather than having to you know, get it sort of half taken away by the state, you know, and things like that. So we're kind of working clever with, you know, various ways of living that benefit people essentially. And our hubs kind of comprise of 5 areas. We've got community area, health area, an enterprise area, a lawful area, and a resources area. So wherever people sort of set up a hub, there's going to be hopefully people there to consult with, who've got, you know, in working knowledge of these different areas. And so we can help these communities get together around the world and start kind of, you know, empowering each other. We can start buying products from each other. We can start supporting each other's services and things like that. So yeah, that's just kind of the gist of what we do. And it's helping people come out of that kind of 3D matrix of slavery into empowerment, you know, self-development, into being proper creator beings, like, you know, gods, literally creator beings. So that's kind of really the gist of what PLC is all about. And yeah, it's proof of concept, because we've got the system up and running. We're starting to pool money for a hub that we're going to buy on land, and we're going to really get the thing moving as well. I mean, so much more. I'm just kind of briefly kind of touching on some basic kind of elements of PLC. So yeah, that's us in a kind of nutshell.
Sounds great.
Cool. Well, I kind of today I kind of wanted to talk about a couple of things. I put up a slide. You know the one with the rings, Jane, the ones with the circles. Can we pop that up, please, on the previewer doodah?
Put that in the PDF, Matt. Perhaps you didn't mean it to be in there.
Oh, I didn't, but it doesn't matter. That's I can talk. Well, it's all relative to the subject.
No. I've got it.
Okay,
But it
cool.
it will also turn up in the PDF when
Okay,
I
double
upload it.
double
Yes,
the
double trouble.
fun.
Yes. There you go.
Okay, fab. So we're all in our comfort zones. We all like to be you know, in a place where we feel safe and relaxed and kind of don't want to move out of. But really, you're not learning anything new from that. So everyone kind of sees that there's a fear zone as well, and then that prevents people from crossing over into the learning zone, of experiences, and which then provides the growth zone. So I've got this sort of bullet on the bottom. I haven't drawn this. I've drawn my sketch I'm referring to. And that bullet has to push and break through each one of those rings until it gets into the growth zone. Really, what I'm trying to say here is that new knowledge and new experiences and new patterns and new pathways are in that growth zone. And for you to get to that growth zone, you have to push yourself past the fear zone and into the experience zone. So, you know, if you are just treading water and you're not sure where to go and stuff, it's a worse position to stay treading water than it is to take a direct choice and go down that road and see if that choice works for you. And if not, go back and take the other choice or choices. So I'm trying to help people to break out of their sort of holding patterns, because we're seeing a lot of that. A lot of people are in fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they're just sort of treading water. And trying to get people out of that kind of comfort zone, if you like, or that fear zone, because a lot of people are in that as their comfort zone, and trying to get people to break out into new things, try new things, to experience new things, to see, you know, everyone's got talents and skills and gifts and knowledge, to put them to good use so that they can benefit you, rather than you squandering them and not using them and them not earning money for you. So I thought this was a really good diagram to help people understand how to break into new ground effectively, and to start expanding who they are and what they can do. So can we move to the next, just a single slide before we get to the PDF, please?
Start again. I'll stop the share on that one. Hang on a minute.
No problem. DJ Jane. Well, VJ is video jockey, isn't it?
There you go. Is
Nowadays.
that it? Can you see that?
I've got it. Okay. So yeah, you know, your life has been shaped by the choices that you made, and those consequences have led you along the green path on the left, and those are all those sort of potential routes that you could have taken, but you didn't, and that's led you up to this point today, which is another nexus point. At every point in the past, there's been a nexus point where you made those decisions, but where you are today, I want you to appreciate that you've still got a billion and one avenues and paths and options to choose from. And you don't have to bring anything of the past into today. You know, you can make changes, you know, as soon as we finish the call, if you want, you know, if you want to make those changes. But I'm just highlighting here that the past has led you to where you are today. Whether that's today or tomorrow or next week or the week after, it's led you to this point now. And this point now, you've got the option to choose lots of different things in your pathway. You're never in a closed system, shall we say? So that was the two slides. Now attached, I think what we should do, Jane, is I won't ramble on about go through the whole PDF. I'll just attach it for people to have and download. But so I wrote out a piece today, which is basically consumerism versus consumer versus creator. And what I saw was basically that the state wants to force you into a dependency. It wants to force you to be a consumer, to be only consuming things and not making things. So that then puts you in a position of being dependent on the state or whatever that you're dependent on. That makes you a consumer. That makes you basically, there's lots of disadvantages to being a consumer. First of all, you've got financial disadvantages, you've got employment and skills disadvantages, you've got psychological and social disadvantages, you've got intergenerational disadvantages, you've got slavery of the mind, basically. Whereas if you're a creator, you've got self-employment and resourcefulness and sovereignty, you've got empowerment and autonomy, you've got influence and impact, personal skills development, financial opportunities, purpose and fulfillment, proactive problem solving, and freedom of mind. So there's a real kind of difference between a consumer and a creator. Yes, to a certain extent, there are creators that are consumers as well. And there are consumers that are creators as well. So anyway, my point here is basically if you are a consumer and you're making yourself dependent on the state and various systems, and you're not seeking out alternatives or backup plans, you're really on a hiding to nothing, because you're on. There's things like if you're a consumer, the financial disadvantages are there's welfare trap, there's perpetual financial poverty, there's there's blame and shame and guilt, there's psychological issues, feeling bad about not getting a job, not earning money. There's so much kind of detrimental stuff to your health and to your well-being and to your life by being a consumer, just a consumer. So it's really, and also, expression is the opposite of depression. So I'm really hoping that people kind of become creative beings, become creative and express themselves. And thankfully there are, some of the members on here are really doing well on that. So there's lots of kind of disadvantages basically. With uncertainty and doubt, with employment and skills disadvantages, there's disincentives at work, there's lost human potential, there's people being kept out of the system because they don't qualify, there's limited job opportunities, there's perpetual financial poverty, there's welfare offers minimum rates, not covering enough income for basics, there's increased debt and arrears. Debt is basically a slavery tool. If you use credit, that's what they love. They love you to use credit because then they got you hooked into a subscription-based system, and then you're beholden to them, sort of thing. Also, there's sort of psychological and social deprivation. There's stagnation and shame. There's erosion of self-esteem. There's stigmatism and distrust. There's reinforced inequality. I could go on. I don't want to talk all doom and gloom, really. But basically, there's a lot. There's and even intergenerational disadvantages as well, because you've got generational dependency, and you've got aspirational cycles as well, where people are brought up in welfare don't have any aspiration. They kind of their pinnacle of life is to sort of make kind of sandwiches in Subway, and they think they've kind of made it, sort of thing. So so those are the disadvantages of being a consumer and not and not really and being dependent on systems that are not serving you. So that's no good, really. You know, we're trying to get you detached from those energy entanglements and those obligations and those suppressive systems, really. And we're trying to get you to be a creator, which is, you know, every one of you guys has got knowledge, skills, experience, has got talents, has got gifts. You know, you may be brilliant at, like, kind of, I don't know, a musical instrument with a blade of grass. You may be brilliant at, I don't know, making seesaws. Whatever it is that you do, you know, you've got a skill at something. Is what I'm saying, and you've got a talent for it. So we're trying to encourage that to come out of people. So self-dependent, resourceful, and sovereign beings are creator beings. So they're godlike beings from within. You know, you are expressing your true selves, and you're creating, and you're able to then use what you create to make money. So it's empowering, and it's, you know, influence and impact. You come up with ideas. You can influence and impact people, businesses, organizations with your free thinking, creative, alternate ideas. There's personal and skills development. You know, as you create these projects, for example, you can pull more people in. You can learn more stuff about what you need to do to get your project underway. There's purpose and fulfillment. When you create these projects, these co-creative projects with other people, or even ones on your own, other people get excited by them. I mean, Justina, for example, has a shop selling her artworks and stuff because the artwork and Justina resonated with that person who has that shop. So there's all, you know, as soon as you start expressing yourself and speaking from your heart and being your authentic selves, that people can suss that out. People can read that frequency, and they know it's a sincere frequency, you know. So there's, you know, being your true authentic self, being creative and expressive, sharing your ideas or creating projects, then allows you basically to create more resources, to add value into the world rather than sucking it out as a consumer and then just turning it into waste. So really it's about encouraging you guys to find that inner kind of light within and that talent that you've each got. And not only that, you know, it's the financial opportunities. When you start making products, when you start offering services, you're feeling more connected to people. You're being empowered and feeling kind of, yeah, I can do that. You know, yeah, I can be resourceful. Yeah, I can start earning money for myself that doesn't go to the man up top sort of thing. And then you've got more opportunities and more choices then with more money in your pocket. And of course, purpose and fulfillment, because you're working with people, fellow creatives and things like that. And then you've got proactive problem solving, you know, to get any project off the ground, to work with various people, you know, you have to problem solve. So that's also good because you get to make new friendships and things like that. And then lastly, you've got freedom of mind. You know, you've got the ability to not be suppressed by a system that you're working for. You've got free creative reign to be and do whatever you want to do. So I thought it was important to kind of highlight the differences between what a consumer is, tends to be in a victim mode, tends to be trapped and self-limiting, self-sabotaging, under suffering and stress. And then you've got creator beings who were once maybe consumers as well, you know, but they found their way. They thought, you know, I'm not going to put up with this nonsense anymore. I'm going to pull my socks up, take the reins, and start producing stuff that I can do, that I know that I can do. And in that, they feel more of a sense of worth, more of a meaning to life, you know, and stuff like that. So really what we would encourage you all to do is to start coming off those dependency systems, whatever they are, because each one's got a different set, each person's got a different set, and then start, you know, finding that sort of inner resourcefulness and that inner creativity, and just being the best, you know, that you can, and sharing and doing, and, you know, building and shaping and creating that 5D, that future holistic Earth, because literally that comes through each one of us. Those frequencies, those ideas, those connections and things like that, those proactive aligned actions that we take. And yeah, and through all that collective combined co-creativity, we create and define the new, the new way of doing things. So yeah, so that's my kind of little ramble over with. But I thought I would just kind of yes, just to, because what's so nice about PLC is that there are, everyone here is an independent thinker and is proactive. They're not just sort of sitting on the fence. They're thinking, oh my God, I'm so bored. I've got to get on with things, because I'm so bored of waiting for something to happen and changes to take place. And really effectively, the quickest way that changes take place for you are you actually proactively getting on and doing stuff. So yeah. Okay, that's me done. Who have we got that's new on the call, Jane? We've got
Andrew.
we've got
Andrew's the only one that's
Oh,
new.
okay. So, okay. I've said hello to Andrew. I'm going to go around to everyone then and say hello. Justina, how's your week been? If you can find the unmute button. Nope, no good. So it's been a good week then. Fantastic. Excellent. Right, moving on. Terry Ann, how are you?
Hi,
Hi, how you doing?
can you hear me? Oh, yes,
Yeah,
fine, thank you. Yes, I've had a very busy week.
good. Enjoyable one or not? Was it to do with work?
No, just mixed. Just
Oh, okay.
just all sorts of things, everything. Just crazy week.
It is a bit. I kind of like to go around and talk to people because it's very swirly energies at the moment. It's utter chaos out there in kind of mainstream land. So it's nice to talk to people and kind of get an understanding of what's going on in your worlds. And what's I like about these chats is that if you're stressed and you're thinking it is an insane, crazy world out there, you're not alone. We all think the same. we all have come to the conclusion that these are systems that we once believed in as good and true are have been corrupted and completely taken over. So
My
it's
sorry,
go
my
on. No,
my savior for that is on a Tuesday, and I think it's on at 3 p.m. now. There's free breath works on alchemy of breath, and that's really good because you can get all your emotions out. Do you see what I mean? So
absolutely.
That's good. But that's once a week.
What type of breath work do they do?
I don't even know. This is the only one I've ever seen. They do it. They're in Bali at the moment, and they like Zoom it from there. But it's free, and it's really nice. It's a really nice connected group because it's people from all over the world, and then they talk afterwards. And the guy
Excellent.
is very connected to. He spent lots of time with Aborigines, and then he's very connected to whales and dolphin energy, that sort of thing. And John Lennon's son, that feather thing, that sort of thing.
Right.
So yeah, it's a really nice group. It's a really nice one to go to.
That's good. I mean, I think it's essential that one has a way of de-stressing, of getting all that out. Not holding on to those kind of energy forms. I see far too many people holding on to these sort of stress balls, if you like, of energy, and eventually it consumes them. So if you can
they do really lovely music like, and a lot of it is like, you know, from your ancestors, that sort of thing, from all over the world. And sometimes you just think you're absolutely fine and everything, and then something that you didn't think bothered you at all can be a really, you can think, wow, I didn't know I had that, you know, locked in me, you know. So it's nice. You feel very relaxed afterwards. You feel sort of kind of a bit relieved, you know, that sort of
That's
feeling.
good. Yeah, yeah, James, you want to say?
Is there a link that you can share in the chat, Terry Ann?
Oh yes, yes. I haven't got it now, but I can put it in. Do you want me to put it in the Telegram?
Yes, that would be perfect. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'll put it in the
That's
Telegram.
great, because any kind of form of de-stress tools that we can share, the better, really.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay.
There's also another thing called the psychological sigh as well. Do you know that one? Where you just basically go
Oh, he does
twice.
that now. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody was talking about that. Oh, I know who was talking about it. It was one of the coordinators for something else. She was saying that she used to do it, and people used to think she was being a bit cheeky, but she wasn't. It was just her natural way of, you know, releasing energy.
It's a really good
Yeah.
one, because if you kind of feel stuff welling up and you may be feeling a bit tearful, if you can get kind of that sigh in there, or a couple of sighs in there, it kind of tends to kind of bring it down a notch as well. So that's quite a
It's,
useful.
it sounds a bit like humming. It sounds a bit like that sort of thing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's very natural for us, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, humming is so underrated. We're basically musical instruments, so we can hum the different kind of tones as well. So we're even our own sort of sonic medbeds as
It's
well.
a bit
But
like a cat purr, isn't it?
yeah,
It's a bit like
that's actually known to heal and mesh bones. That frequency of cat purr. Yeah. So
oh,
yeah, and this is all kind of new, you know, as part of the health hubs and stuff like that. We're talking about all the frequency medicines and things like that, and all that
can I
knowledge.
can I share something else when you said that health
Yeah.
hubs? I don't know if anybody else watches Mark Atwood, do they? Um, he's just put out something saying that anybody who needs healing just to go along to his centre in Roscommon in Ireland, and even if they didn't have any money, they would still be okay to use the stuff. And I think the stuff they've got there now is they've got more than anyone else has got, you know, like all in one place. So, and they're having really lots of really good outcomes, you know, from people cancelling their surgeries and things. So that's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's excellent. I mean, it's a bit of a weird one, because when you realize that all the kind of medical big pharma cartels and stuff, they're trying to prevent people, the cures and all that. And then you've got the alternative um, community who are doing all their research and coming up, you know, finding the old cures, or coming up with the new cures. And there's this real, I mean, for example, in England, there are certain things you can't buy in the chemist, like iodine, because they're good for
Mm.
your health, you know. And, you know, people have just kind of, they're not really questioning it at all. But
And they don't sell that, what's it called, that carbon stuff? Like if you take the wrong medicine, I've forgotten what that black stuff is you're supposed to take.
activated charcoal,
Yeah, they don't even sell charcoal when they're
yeah,
a pharmacy. That's just
yeah,
madness.
exactly. It's been going on for years, decades. But you know, now America and other like places like Japan are kind of rediscovering things, but they're also kind of bringing back the stuff that was suppressed because the FDA and the CDC is changing and stuff like that. So
And Japan have just banned jabs for under twos. So that's good,
yes,
isn't it?
yeah, and they've actually rebranded the jabs as biogenics now. So if anyone kind
Oh.
of says to you, "Oh, would you like a biogenic?" That means, would you like us to jab you with a bioweapon that we used to call vaccine, that wasn't actually a vaccine, but there we go.
Mm.
So yeah, so that's one to watch out for. Like they, you know, renamed genetically modified food as biofortified. You know, as soon as they realise the consumer, the customer knows what, you know, what their products are, they start rebranding them, or, you know, calling them a different name.
Would
So
it
yeah,
be okay to ask you about that three-eye atlas thing? Do you know much
yeah,
about that?
yeah. It's interstellar craft basically. It's so what you have is you've got it's predominantly nickel. You can't where in nature basically nickel and iron go together. Wherever you find nickel, there's iron. So for there to be just a nickel signature like that without any iron means that it's been kind of manufactured. There's been a manufactured process, unless there's a natural process, I don't know, further out in the outer space that isolates nickel from iron. Then it could be natural, but effectively, to our knowledge, it's a craft, and it's also giving off the signature of a craft because it's nickel and there's no iron present. But not only that, it's coming in on the galactic plane, so it's coming in on the plane that all the planets used to spin on. Most of them still do, but and that the chances of that are 500 to 1, as well as it being an anomalous object because it's not got iron with the amount of nickel that it's got. It's so huge as well. When I've talked to Star Family, they said basically it's just normal interstellar traffic. So they've known about this for ages, for decades, and they know that it was going to pass. And it's also now it's past Jupiter and Mars, and it kind of is now behind the sun. So it's going to poke out unless it's gone through the sun, because the sun is a white hole. It's like a junction to the superhighway to the rest of the universe, kind of thing. So yeah, it's craft. It's part of the normal traffic. It's going to pass along on its way. I don't think that there are going to be too many. They suspect that there may be some disturbance to the sun, i.e., more CMEs, more cosmic flashes, cosmic rays, and stuff like that. That we've yet to see in other interstellar bodies that have been passing. They've caused a bit of static electricity, but nothing's gone down. Nothing's been blacked out or power cut or anything like that.
Will we see it?
What's that?
Will we see anything?
I don't. Well, you'll be able to see from telescopes, yeah, now. But I doubt that there'll be anything much of interest. Really, it's just going to pass on its way, drop off its people, and pass on its way to other ports of call. So that's Three Eye Atlas. Yeah, it's. I would call it. It's a craft, and it's just part of interstellar traffic, and yeah. So nothing really to worry
But
about.
it does actually have some effect on us, doesn't it? In respect to, well, so I heard, in respect to,
It does.
yeah, like, do you know the division between the people who have worked things out and the people that haven't? I think it does kind of draw a bit of a line there, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't take anyone anywhere or anything else.
Well, it's a vehicle. Pardon the pun. It's a vehicle for a few different narratives, a few different things. So it's also making people look outwards to the stars to start considering the possibility that there are craft and ETs out there, because it's kind of drawing their attention to wonder, at least. And then you've got Harvey Loeb, who's that astrophysicist, saying that it's an anomalous object and that he's not prepared to say it's completely natural. And then it coincides with the fake alien invasion that they're trying to.
Oh yeah, because they could actually take this as an opportunity, couldn't they?
Yeah, I mean there are many different possibilities as well. They could be the good guys. The planet's been invaded by the bad guys for over 3,000 years, and so of course the bad guys who own the media are telling us, to be in fear because the good guys are out there. So it depends on kind of where you're at, but I think mainly it's kind of helping people to consider ETs because we're in that disclosure time at the moment. they're desperate to get, one faction is desperate to get the information out, the real, genuine information out that ETs are real to the public. And then you've got Congress and you've got various kind of lobbying groups who are trying to suppress that, those whistleblowers and that initiative at the moment. So there's this sort of tussle. But meanwhile, it's down to the individual to kind of suss out what they think is real and not. Fortunately, we've got things like the Boogosphere, which turned up in Colombia, which is like a metallic drone. And then we've got the sarcophagus and the burials and the artifacts coming out of Mexico in Tula. Some amazing stuff there, still working technology from 9 to 10,000 years ago, and actually older as well, about 26,000 years ago as well. So very kind of exciting times, depending on where you're at on your consciousness level and your level of awareness and kind of life experiences will depend on kind of whether you're able to accept those new things in your worldview or not, sort of thing. But for me, I'm very lucky that I've been invited up on a craft, several times and just kind of met the physical real beings. They're people like us, but just slightly different packaging. And that they're real. Well, I know that they're real, and so it's not a debate for me, because I've been lucky enough to have had those kind of experiences. But at the same time, I know that some people may find that hard to believe, and that's fine. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything, sort of thing. So, but they are real, whether people believe in them or not, or like it or not. They are here, and they've been here, since dot, and they're in all our kind of references in our history. So, it tends to be the case that people who don't believe that they're real are the ones that are kind of in that controlled perception management program, where they have a limited perception and their ego is defending their belief system, and they can't kind of have a flexible belief system. So that the 3i Atlas there's going to be other interstellar traffic as we collectively become more aware of the space outside of Earth, which we will do through all our technologies and stuff. We're going to see a lot more of this, and we're going to have to become accustomed to knowing that there's other life out there, and it is intelligent life, and some of it's more intelligent than humans as well. So it's exciting times. How are we doing for time, Jane? Speaking of exciting times.
Just after 20 to 9.
20 to 9. Is there any particular subject that anyone wanted to talk about at all, or get off their chest, or that's relevant, or that needs some rummaging around about in and delving into and pulling out some new things?
I got a question.
Okay, far away.
Are you taking iodine like daily? Iodine?
Yes, I take some drops in juice but you can put. Depends what iodine you've got. If you've got the kind of Lugnus oil, you can just put a couple of drops on your skin, and if that absorbs, then you needed it. But if it doesn't absorb, then you don't.
Okay, I heard that iodine only digest in intestines, so you need to drink to actually have to properly absorb.
You can drink it as well. Yeah, you can get iodine in drinks and put them in drinks.
Can you overdose actually iodine, or?
I think you just wear it away, the excess. I don't think you have to worry too much, because you don't need that much iodine to replenish the body. Jane, did you have any extra on that?
No, I just wondered where you get your iodine from. That was going to be my question. Don't say on here. Don't say on here if you don't want to. That's fine.
I've got a very good supplier in the States. So
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll find a source here. I'm sure there must be a source. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll go down to the beach and bloom and make the stuff out of seaweed if we have to.
Very true. Yes.
You
Um,
should be able to find iodine tincture. Do you mean the tincture or the stuff that you drink?
the stuff that you drink.
Oh, because if you can get the tincture, can't you? And just mix it with water and put it on your skin.
Yeah.
And you can always find that at the farm suppliers, can't you?
Yeah. And there are places online you can order luminous oil from,
I
which
think
is
it's so
really good.
expensive. You know, the one that you drop in your mouth, it's so expensive, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. And that's on purpose because, they don't want people to consume it and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Sorry.
Well, no, it's fine. No, that's good. What's lovely about these calls is that everyone contributes. And so if I don't know something and someone else does, then, it's good that there's that cross-pollination of sharing kind of knowledge and stuff. And
Matt,
Andrew,
can I just say something about the
yeah,
iodine?
yeah, go for it.
I don't know if you know anybody, if you can't get hold of iodine itself, there's a lot of iodine within chlorella, when you were talking about the sea, obviously it's like seaweed algae, isn't it? So
Yeah.
they do Natura do the organic one, and that I think it's something like, I think 10 or 15 grams gives you about 15-20% of your iodine, what's
Right.
needed. So
Oh, brilliant.
just worth but normally I've had Lugal's iodine before.
That's it.
And
Same.
there's an actual supplier what near me what actually do it. They're like they're a chemical place, like what do hydrogen peroxide and all other different stuff, and they have different what do you call it, like grades, whether it's like 3%, 5%, 15%
Oh,
stuff.
what's the name of them? What do you have their name?
Actually, I'll stick it in the Telegram group.
Yeah, that'd be fab.
I think they're called APC. I live in Greater Manchester near Tameside. I'll double check after, because I've had hydrogen peroxide from them before, and I've got like decent amounts and it's been really good prices as well.
Excellent. Yeah, no, do
So
put
yeah,
it in the chat, because if we can help each other, and find a UK supplier, then that would be excellent as well.
definitely, yeah. I mean, there's a few what sell them on eBay, but this supplier is literally a 10-minute drive from me. So
Great.
if you need any help, just give us a shout, and
Yeah,
I'll send you all
brilliant.
the info anyway. Then
Great. Have we got your email address?
do you want me
We
to
will
give you
have,
now?
yes.
Yes, please. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it'll be it's in the email
think we've
address
got
will
it.
be in. I'll pick it up in a minute.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's in
yeah. I'll
yeah.
send it you over anyway. Matt,
Okay.
Yes.
what do you actually use iodine for, like radiation poisoning or anything, or like the frequency?
Radiation poisoning is it depends what radiation, but the Russians found in Chernobyl the best thing for radiation poisoning was apple pectin powder.
Right.
So if you consume apple pectin powder, but you can use things like diatomaceous earth to pull out heavy metals
Yes.
as
Yeah.
well. So
Activated charcoal. Yeah.
yes, exactly, and shungite as well
Yeah.
in your home. So
Zeolite.
zeolite's good, yeah, as well. 0.4 mil, 0.4 nanograms. Nothing bigger than that if you can.
Oh, okay.
So there are a few few little bits that can help people with radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
As well, I'm trying to encourage one person who was doing this. I don't know if you've heard of Ikigai. Have you heard of Ikigai? So
No.
Ikigai is basically, it means reason for living, and it's like a Japanese philosophy. And it's really 4 questions. It's what do you love to do? What does the world need? What can you get paid for? And what are you good at? Something like that. What are your skills? And it's a way of working out what you're really good at, and what you can make money from, basically, and how you can contribute to the world. I don't know, why did I start speaking about Ikigai? I've gone off on a tangent here.
Well, we're talking about iodine, weren't we?
Yeah.
But do you actually take iodine for any specific reason then, Matt?
I take it just to keep my immune system healthy.
Right.
That's the main reason.
Yeah.
Just a few drops in juice every week.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think it's as strong as the Lugas oil stuff, but
Right.
so yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, just start, guys. Start putting your money where there are people aligned to what you like to do. It's a switch up. It's cutting your energy entanglements to those cabal institutions, and it's attaching them to friends, family, holistic businesses, local services, things like that. So that's just helping people to change the energy dynamics and stop fueling the cabal, really, and feeding that monster. I think I kind of oh yeah, Hurricane Melissa, if people wanted to know, it's man-made. It's been constructed, and it's to take out New Jamaica, which is being earmarked for a smart city. So there you go. If people wanted to know, yeah. So I think we've covered all the bases here, Jane, haven't we today? I think so.
You have.
Yeah. Just what's so lovely, Andrew, about this group is that all these people here are like, really high vibe, really loving, really kind, really generous, really pushing their own development, really being, wanting to change the way things are. And, that's what's so lovely. Every week I get a chance to be with my tribe, people who think like me and who are, are not just sitting there waiting. They're actually getting on and doing stuff. So, that's what I love about these calls. And every week there's something new to talk about and something, some information to share and kind of bring people up a kind of notch in frequency sort of thing. So I just want to say thank you, everyone. I really do appreciate you all being here. And I think, we may look like ordinary, average, everyday citizens, but actually we are secret, elite, holistic superstar seeds, changing the world and kicking ass and making things better. So I do appreciate you all, and thank you all for coming on the call. And hopefully you can join us on the members call next week, and we can talk. I'm going to be talking more about PLC, what's coming in the next few months or next year as well. So very exciting stuff. And more gatherings in the real world, not just in the screen world. So that'd be good. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely week, and thank you all for coming, and lots of love, and keep kicking ass. Keep doing your amazing high vibe stuff. All right, lots of love, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, guys.
Bye.
Bye.